Hey there, this is Marissa with Marisa Moments. So, Divinity tip, actually. So, I just heard this noise in my house and I was just like, I held my breath. You ever had that ever happen to you? What I actually received from Spirit is that that's a great way to get into like a meditative state, right? You want to have a conversation with Spirit, but you don't know how to just kind of quiet your mind enough to be able to receive whatever is being said, right? Well, pretend you heard a noise in your house, or pretend somebody called your name. What do you do when somebody calls your name? Huh? What do you do when you hear a noise in your house? You freeze, you hold your breath, and you get super attentive. You don't have 10,000 things necessarily roaming through your brain in that moment because you're so in tune and you're channeled in terms of you're wanting to hear anything and everything that is possible. And that's essentially the same premise as far as how I personally get into a meditative state, or how I receive a lot of my downloads, because self-judgment, but a lot of times I just completely zone out just in reality. That's how I exist quite often. That's why it's easy to receive downloads, or easier to receive downloads when we're cleaning, when we're cooking, when we're even sometimes listening to music, because this doesn't necessarily require you to be an active thinker in the moment, right? You're more like a participant. So bottom line to the bottom line, you want to tap in, you want to see what's going on, then just pretend you just heard a noise. Pretend you just heard a noise. And also, do not try to discredit or discount or explain away whatever you might receive. It doesn't mean that you're going to be 100% spot on with what you receive initially, because your mind is still going to be going, but you have to keep practicing. You have to keep going. And at the same time, simultaneously, well, not at the exact same time you're doing this exercise, but along the same journey, you need to be working on your healing, because the other part to that is you want to make sure that you're not inserting your own hurt, wounds, trauma, all those types of things whenever you do receive those downloads. So that way, it's not you interrupting, it's not your ego interrupting, but it's actually coming from divine, it's coming from Spirit. But in the meantime, don't explain it away. Maybe write it down, or tell it to a friend, or say it to yourself in the mirror, whatever works for you. But that's a great way of getting in tune.